Hey, good afternoon or good morning, folks. I thought I'd take a moment and put a little video message up with some of this week's activities, some things that are going on. First off, lab number 5, which is your root disease examination for a state of your choosing. That is due tomorrow, Wednesday, 5 p.m. I've gotten a number of them already from folks. Thank you. And for the rest of you, make sure and get those in. I've been involved in a lot of curriculum development, as I've been letting you guys know, test conversion, etc., things that are taking a lot of time, along with some administrative stuff that's come up with the college relating to our ongoing instruction and what we're doing in fall, etc. So that's going to suck up a bunch of time this week. So that's going to cause us to fall behind a little bit. Basically, last week's lab did not get created, which is the mistletoe exploration. And we've talked about mistletoes a bit, but we'll get caught up on that lab. Will appear in the future, and the lecture on animal and abiotic damage that was going to go up this week will either go up late in the week or next week, and I may have to compress some of these together all in a week, but we'll get them there. This week's lab, we're doing a virtual field tour of the Sisters Ranger District. And this one's pretty cool. We went out Friday and shot video for it, and it's in the editing process right now. I've got about 5 videos. There's gonna be a bunch of them, but they're really short, like 2 to maybe 5 minutes. And we've got it set up in the format of a quiz, a practice quiz for you guys. So this is a really great way to see some of the things that are going on out there, as well as test what you've been learning about the pathogens. So what we're gonna do is put these videos up. You'll play a video, and then as I'm describing and showing features, there'll be a pause point in there. My videographer's got a little countdown thing going. And so once that countdown starts, if you need more than 10 seconds to think about what the pathogen is, hit pause, because you'll get to the answer right away. And this is not a graded quiz, but it is a practice example for you in the way that our field lab practical is usually conducted. So once you hit pause, think about it, look in your field guide, decide what you think the pathogen is, come up with an answer, and then hit play, and it'll go to the answer and then more information about the pathogen. There are also a few of them that we videoed that are not necessarily ones we've covered yet, so they're not necessarily in a quiz format. And there will be some images and some discussion about the pathogens actually out in the field. You also have indicated on your syllabus a lab assignment for the week to go to the field. And so I'm in the process of kind of writing that up, and I will post that to Blackboard. But basically what I'm doing this week is assigning you to go out in the woods and find stuff. Find stuff in particular that's on the list. I've done scavenger hunts before where I say, go find pathology, and people come back with lichens and little tiny brown mushrooms and all kinds of things that are related to ecosystems and ecosystem processes, but they aren't necessarily the things that are on your list. So we're going to focus on things that are on your list, and I will put this, like I said, into some details. And basically this is just for you to get out, spend at least 3 hours, which is a lab period, out in the field doing examination of, why trees have died or why they're looking sickly. So more about that coming on Blackboard. Grading of labs 3 and 5, I realized that you turned in lab 3 a while ago, and I have not gotten to grading those yet, but I want to collect all the rest of lab 5 by tomorrow, and then I'm going to take those and I'll get both those labs graded, and then I'll scan them and send them back to you so you get some feedback on those labs. The other thing we got going on is this is midterm week, and we did put it off a week from last week, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the midterm on Friday this week. Also, because I know you guys are in a rough situation, I'm in a rough situation. This is all new territory for me. So I've opened it for 12 hours. So it's going to be open from 6 a.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Friday, and you're going to have 1 hour to complete it. In that 1 hour, you basically have open resources, okay? I do closed book tests. I always have. I believe in them for certain, they have value. But it's, I can tell you it's a closed book test, and I have no way to enforce that. So in fairness to everybody, I'm leaving your resources open with one exception, and you guys are on your honor for this, is not your neighbors, your classmates, okay? So do this on your own. I also gave you a 1 hour time limit, so if you don't study this material, you're not going to be able to teach it to yourself in 1 hour. So you're going to need to study. Now, along those lines, there is a midterm study guide posted to Blackboard, and the one that's up currently, that's been up all term, is from last year and from a slightly different format. So I'm going to take a look at that and update it tomorrow, Wednesday. And once that is updated, then that'll narrow your studying down quite a bit, and I think it'll be very helpful for you. So that's it for now. I'm also trying to set up some Zoom sessions for later in the week, like right before the midterm, basically a question and answer session. So look for a message on that, and we'll try and get together in some fashion and be able to address some questions and at least see each other's faces. All right, have a great week, and we'll be seeing you shortly.